Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. It's your man Seth back here with another video, and today we are taking a break from Redstone because my brain can't handle it. And we're trying something new. Today we're going to be heading on the Hive on Minecraft Bedrock Edition to rank all of the game modes that are available to us there. From least fun to play to a game mode that you can play for hours on end and never get bored of. Before we begin, I want to thank everyone for the support for 50 subscribers. Let's shoot for 100 by June. Can we do it? No one knows, but if you make that red subscribe button turn gray, it helps us get to that goal. Now that that's over, let's get into the video. Alright, I just want to point out right now that this gameplay you're seeing is just because the video would be boring if I didn't add gameplay. It's not actually live. It's recorded after. Alright, so our first game mode that we are going to be ranking today is the least fun game mode on the server. Now, all of the game modes are at least a little bit entertaining to play, but this one just gets boring the quickest. At the very last spot on our list is hide and seek. Alright, I understand that there are people out there that really enjoy this game mode, but for me it's just too anticlimactic. Here's what I mean. If you are a block, or a hider, which you are almost all of the time at the start, it's very easy to win. This is because if you don't use taunts, which you don't have to, then you literally just sit in a corner and wait for the timer to run out. It is possible to get found doing this, but it's highly unlikely because you just blend in with the rest of the blocks. If you're a seeker, the difficulty skyrockets. This happens because you have no teammates to start, and the blocks are all hidden. The only chance you have at winning is to find the block that didn't hide yet, and get them on your side, which means kill them, obviously. Overall, this game mode is just too repetitive, and quite frankly, it's boring. But there are some improvements to be made that could impact the gameplay. First, the Seeker should have at least 2 other people to start in their team, instead of just being by themselves. From my experience, the Hiders almost always win, and this would balance the game out a bit. Second, the Hiders should automatically taunt and set intervals to make it easier to find them. Instead of being able to press a button and do it manually, but it's optional, I think that it should be, you have to taunt like every minute or something to give the Seekers a chance. And just one thing about this, if you're gonna play hide and seek, just play it in real life. Don't waste time trying to make this game mode fun. It's not that fun. Okay, our second game mode beats our first by a long shot, because we just had to get that hide and seek out of there, okay? After eliminating the most boring game mode, the rest of them are very close together. Our second least fun game mode on the Hive is Death Run. Look, I enjoy this game mode. It's interesting, and I've played it for a while at a time before. But compared to the rest of the game modes, it's just not that fun. And the repetitiveness is just annoying. Really, most players probably play this mode just in the off chance that they get to be the death. Being the death in Death Run is extremely fun. You get to trap people, and when you play with friends, you can just target them to make them get last place, which is actually pretty funny. But being a runner just isn't all that interesting. The goal is to beat the other runners to the finish line. If you are playing with friends, you may leave this game mode without any, because it's very frustrating when your friend is specifically targeting you, and there's no chance that you can win. There aren't many changes that I could see making this game mode more fun, because the idea isn't all that great. This is also not to mention the fastest game on the server, with games lasting as little as a few minutes. Overall, this game mode just isn't as fun as the rest, and I wouldn't recommend playing it. Next, we have Murder Mystery. The problem with this game mode is that it is really too easy for the murderer to win if they know what they are doing. It has some strategy, but most of the game isn't what it was intended to be. The game mode is intended to be like a Minecraft version of Among Us. What it turned into is camping behind doorways with a bow, doing parkour to be unreachable, along with lots and lots of running. The deductive skills that are supposed to be present just aren't there, and the murderer is way too overpowered. Things to improve this game mode would be to first nerf the murderer a lot. This could be done simply by removing their throw sword, which is kind of broken because they don't have to get near their enemy, they can just throw the sword at them. Or having a 5-ish second kill cooldown, something small so they can get a kill streak, but there's at least a chance to run away. Or a combination of these two things. This would make it more challenging to win the game as a murderer while still giving the murderous fun that it entails. Second, the power-ups to buy with coins should be consumables instead of being able to redeem the potion effects at a specific station. This would make speed boost more valuable. When you are being chased by the murderer, you just use a speed potion. Then you can escape instead of having to find a machine located somewhere random on the map just to gain a small speed boost. The last non-sweat game on our list would have to be just Build. I love this game. It gives players a great opportunity to get better at building in small amounts of time, and it helps them to find their creative nature. There are two main problems. First, there are people who build inappropriate things, and half the time they don't get banned. I get it, there are only so many staff members to approve a report, but still this is a problem. I mean, it's kind of funny, but it's like, there's kids playing this game, like don't build something inappropriate. Why don't you just play a different game if you're gonna do something like that? Second, people who want to win the game ruin the creative experience for newer players. And I don't mean just anybody who wants to win, because most people want to win. These people are actually sweats. I said it's not a sweat game. These people are sweats, and they use cheaty methods to win. These people are not good. This is because they raid all of the builds the worst as they can, even if the build is good, which brings everybody else's total score down. This isn't really fixable, as there isn't really a way to make these people vote fairly. I mean, there's a sort of solution, however, that I came up with. You could vote for a build, and instead of just having each person individually vote, all of the votes would be combined into the most popular one. So let's say one person votes red, one person votes orange, and everybody else votes dark green. That build would get a dark green only. But this would make it harder to vote wrongly, unfairly, but again, it wouldn't completely solve it. This game could be very fun if these two problems didn't exist, but sadly they do, so this game mode is lower on the list. Now, we get into the really fun modes that sadly have a lot of tryhards. Personally, all of these games are super fun, but for me, Treasure Wars is the least fun. This is purely because I enjoy PvP a lot, and Treasure Wars consists mostly of strategy. There is some PvP, but you know, it's not all PvP. Most people probably like this more than the rest of the games for this reason, because there's actually strategy and it's not just whoever has more clicks per second, but I don't really enjoy it that much. Changes that could make the game more fun would be make blocks cost less, so the action would start sooner, but also somehow make it harder to speed bridge, because getting rushed 30 seconds into the game isn't fun either. So maybe you could make the islands farther apart or something, I don't know. But I enjoy Treasure Wars, but the rest of the game modes on this list are just more fun. And now we are left with the decision. It's a tough decision. I like both Sky Wars and survival games, but one of them is just a little bit more fun than the other. In this slot, I have put survival games. This is because the gear that you get isn't that great. It's usually like leather or chainmail armor. And the fastest player to get to the middle has a better chance of winning than the others. So it's really just about whoever gets to the middle first, because that's where all the good loot is. I do really enjoy the new items they added, like the web boom boxes, which allows you to basically get a free kill if you aim it right, or the blindness boom box, which is just really fun to use on opponents because they can't see anything. This one was really close to Sky Wars, but it just didn't have enough action. In second place, I know you thought this was the gold medal, just wait and see, you'll know what I'm talking about. We have Sky Wars. Sky Wars is the most popular game mode on the Hive by far. It is mostly PvP, but it has some luck-based RNG to it as well, such as the mining of the ores and seeing what you get in your chest, etc. This game mode has little flaws, but one of them might be trappers. Traps are really fun to set, don't get me wrong, but when you spend the whole game getting kills and actually fighting other people like the game is intended, only to lose to a guy who dug a hole into the void for the whole game, can be really frustrating, because that guy he's not playing the game right. I mean, I'm pretty sure Sky Wars was intended to be a fighting game, not a trapping game. This isn't a game problem, however, it's really a player problem, and you can definitely avoid trapping. I mean, the Hive has tried to add some things to stop trapping, like the minimum play height. They added it too late, so you still have a chance to dig a trap for a while. And here's how you can avoid a trap, okay guys? Pro tip. When you see a person with no armor and a horrible weapon trying to get your attention, like running up to you, hitting you in the back and running away, and you're like really stacked, like full diamond, it's probably a trap because, or they're just bad. If they're just bad, I mean, try to kill them. But if you can, I would not. Just if it's probably a trap. Okay, if this happens, try either ignoring this player and let somebody else fall into the trap, or do something unexpected. Instead of just following them, you could ender pearl ahead of them and hit them off into the void or something, and that would just render their trap as useless, and you would beat them in the way that the game was supposed to be played. And now you might be wondering, right? Isn't that all of the game modes? I mean, well, technically, yes, but I include this last one as a game mode itself. And by the way, we're not including seasonal game modes on this list, like the Snowball Fight or the TNT Run game that is active right now. By the way, that TNT Run game is really fun, but it's not on our list because it's not a permanent game mode. In our first place spot out of all of the games on the Hive, we have the custom game modes. This is all of the game modes combined. Basically, you have a private server, custom rules and gameplay, and you can change each game mode into an entirely new one with the custom rule. This game mode has one flaw, which is that there's a limit to how many custom servers you can make per day. I have an excellent solution for this. The Hive should add a Hive plus plus rank to the server. They have a Hive plus rank, but they should add a Hive plus plus rank to the server, allowing you to make infinite custom servers. I would buy this, and it could probably cost somewhere between $20 to $35, as it is very expensive for the Hive to give out free custom servers. But you know, I think $35 is worth it. They would probably have enough money there to let you host custom servers for as long as you wanted. Other than this, the custom games are flawless because you can change anything you don't like about a mode. That's why it's number one. If you don't like the RNG about Sky Wars, and you just want it to be whoever has better PvP skills, you can literally make it all diamond ores and give you blocks, and that's all you have, and you see who is better at PvP because you both get full diamond, or you all get full diamond if you're playing in a party or something, and yeah, that's fun. And pretty much you can change anything about the game, and that's why it's in our first place slot. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like the video and smash that subscribe button so we can hit 100 subs by June. Share this with anyone you know who plays Minecraft Bedrock Edition, and have an amazing, spooktacular day. Seth, out.